Hello children, today we will see how we can paint a nocturnal bird in oil pastels. Nocturnal birds are birds which come out at night and carry on their activities in the dark of the night. They hop around from place to place or leap from one tree to another and also look out for prey. One such nocturnal bird is the owl. As all of you know, the owl has a round head which it can rotate almost 360 degrees. It has two pointed ear-like structures on the head and large round eyes piercingly looking at you. It has a sharp pointed beak and two large flaps for wings. It looks very pretty when it is perched on a tree branch with a full moon in the background in the pitch dark scene. Let us now begin painting an owl at midnight with oil pastels in a very simple manner. All of you have oil pastels mostly, and just to bring to your kind notice the availability of oil pastels, or some people call them as oil crayons. It's available in various shades, starting from 12 shades to 24 to many more. I have a large set of shades, and let us see how we can paint with oil pastels. For the purpose, I will make use of a drawing paper or a cartridge paper and take the A4 size and fold it into two, and carefully with a pencil knife cut it into two so that you can make a small and attractive picture. Now, to begin with, we will first have to draw the owl in a proper manner, and for that purpose I will just fold the paper at the sides, pinching the sides a little bit on the horizontal side as well as the vertical side, and mark these areas. Then with a ruler in light pencil, I'll divide the page into 4 quadrants and then fold from the top up to the center and give a small pinch on either side. Same way, fold from the bottom upwards and give a small pinch on either sides, making pencil marks as before, and draw lines to divide the lower portion and the upper portion into two equal halves. Then fold the right side or the left side first, whichever you want, and pinch at the very top and bottom. Make the pencil marks and draw those lines to divide the paper into several blocks. Then somewhere approximately in the center here, in the second rung, draw a line so that the second rung gets divided into two equal parts. Same way, draw a line so as to divide the lowest portion into two equal halves. So we have got some blocks all over. To begin with, in the immediate upper half, consider this as the center, and imagine two radiating arms from the center, which will form a crossbar. A crossbar is a kind of a plus sign, and gradually allow a curved line to touch the extreme points in each of these blocks. But they should be equal. The arms must be equal. In future also, if you want to draw any circle, the best way is to start with a crossbar and softly allow the extremities to touch through a curved line. You will get a fairly good circle. Now I've got this circle which forms obviously the head of the bird. Above this, I make tiny angles to form the to form the ears. And from the end of the ears to the center, I draw a curved line on either side. Then from the center downwards, I show a nice looking diamond shape which forms the beak, and on either side I will draw two circles at equal distance from the beak and also of equal size. So this way I have made the eyes, the beak, ears, and almost the head, and complete the head by making one more line, curved line, start from the top and touch the edge of the diamond shape. Now, starting from this point, I make a C shape, trying to keep it as equal as possible on both the sides so as to form the belly. And from one side of the face, I drop a perpendicular and another equal perpendicular on the other half. Then I turn the base outwards, repeat the same on the right side, and join these two ends. So these form the flaps of the wings. Then for the claws, I am going to draw a few zigzag lines, one on this side and the other on the other side. So that finishes the basic outline of the owl. Now we want to show the bird perched on top of a branch. So I draw a line in free hand and then show a branch on which the bird sits comfortably. Continue the line upwards to form the main tree trunk, which ultimately gets divided into a thinner branch and a thicker branch. Now somewhere here you may repeat what we did earlier to form a circle which will become the moon. You want to show the full moon, just start with a crossbar with equal arms and pass curved lines touching the extremities to form a circle. Now this looks like the moon, and a couple of leaves may further be added. Of course, we won't add many leaves, and in this way the entire drawing is ready. Now we will see how we can use color, but before that I am going to carefully rub out all unwanted lines. Of course, oil pastels are a lot opaque in nature, so most of these lines will be hidden underneath the application of oil pastels, but all the same we take extra care to remove unwanted lines. Of course, along with the removal there will be some lines which are necessary, which also may get affected, but that's okay. We can use our judgment to bring back those lines. So here we have the owl ready to be painted. Now for painting purpose, we will use some colors, although owls are not very colorful. And before we do any kind of color application, it's a good idea to make use of a free-flowing, fresh black sketch pen to make outlines for all the elements, that is the trees, the leaves, the moon, the owl itself, and so on. While you use sketch pen, always keep in mind that you must use the sketch pen slowly, continuously, and only once. Do not try to go over again and again. So in this manner, the face is ready. Now the wings, slowly, continuously, and only once, using these sketch pens, leaves no room for any shabbiness. The claws and the entire drawing of our friend owl is ready. Now we use the colors. Now for the colors, I make use of the brown and gradually fill the various parts of the face using the tip of the oil pastel. Don't use excessive pressure. Don't use a pressure too feeble. Just use moderate pressure and try and fill the areas with up and down movement, to and fro movement, till the entire face gets colored. Then make use of a dark brown, and there are chances that you may smudge this area, so make use of a scrap paper. I'm using another piece of paper which I keep underneath my palm, and to fill up larger areas I can make use of the sides. I can make use of the sides of the oil pastel and fill up rather more quickly. Of course, if you want to show the inaccessible areas like a thinner branch or areas which require a point, you can make use of the point of the oil pastel or the tip of the oil pastel. But to fill up larger areas, simply run the sides of the oil pastel. For this purpose, you may have to break the oil pastel physically, and there is no harm doing it, because ultimately all oil pastels will break against your will. So why not break them and utilize them for better efficacy? See, wherever there is difficulty, I can use the tip of the oil pastel and fill up the area. So here I am. The tree is ready. Parts of the bird are ready. Then I make use of an off-white. Now, particularly when you use lighter tones or lighter shades, you'll find that there is some residue of the earlier colors or some dirt lurking on top of the surface. So I use a rag and clean the oil pastel before I apply it. So here I go. I apply this off-white or very mild yellow. And I also clean the sides now, because I want to cover larger area of the torso and the belly. So I clean this well, and then quickly and low. There is a little bit of error. See, in spite of taking care, I maybe a little bit of orange shot out and got deposited. Now, if such a mistake happens, you can also cover up the mistake by maybe addition of a few strokes of similar orange, and run the oil pastel over this. So now it doesn't appear like a mistake, it looks as if it is part of the torso. Then complete the torso and the belly. Things happen. In spite of taking care, you do have accidents occurring in any kind of ventures. So by and large, I have been able to mask or hide the small error which took place unknowingly by adding a little bit of similar color and running the required oil pastel over it, getting it absorbed into the main tone or the color. Now, in order to have some more fun, I make use of the orange, and I add the orange on the beak and the claws. Of course, being inaccessible, I must use the tip of the oil pastel. Then I take a very dark green to indicate the leaves. And now in order to show the pitch dark, I will not use the black, and instead I will resort to using the dark blue. Now darker colors need not be cleaned. Of course, if you want, you can clean them, but otherwise you may start using them directly and start filling with some moderate pressure. So I give a dark blue color to show the pitch dark of the night, because the black color may look a little repelling. So here I go, completing the sky, filling up every area required to show the sky. So when it comes to the moon, carefully paint around the moon and try your best to see that you don't get into the moon. Leave it as left out paper, and it adds a lot of beauty to our painting. The full moon at night. Then continue using the tip of the oil pastel where required, and wherever required, and wherever there is a larger vast area, you can make use of the sides of the oil pastel. Like here, now I'm using the sides of the oil pastel and completing it fast and uniform. And so, in this way, I have completed the owl painting. You can get it framed if you want, or you can just keep it in collection after keeping it well secured in a plastic transparent folder. Lastly, to make it look staring at you, I will just add 2 solid circles or dots in the center of the eyes. And complete the picture. I hope you have liked this video, and if so, please share it with your friends. Thank you very much.